We all remember a time when a lot of objects were made out of solid wood. Today, we see a far greater use of MDF, plywood, and chipboard because solid wood requires a far greater level of craftsmanship. Unfortunately, solid wood objects are becoming unaffordable because the necessary skills are disappearing.
Designing furniture made out of solid wood in a 3D machine is definitely the future of woodworking. I just realize how difficult these are to make by hand. And with that kind of technology, I think anything's possible.
You know, I'm in the world, like, I consider myself more of, like, industrial designer is what I am. People say, oh, you're a furniture maker, you're a cabinet maker. No, I'm none of those things. I'm a designer. So my main product at the end of a process is the design. And that can be an artifact, that can be something digital. But the fact is, what I'm selling is my design, and that design exists in a digital platform. So if I'm shipping my design, I can just simply ship the CAD file, and that CAD file can be received on the other end and made into the actual object.
I'd like to see how far I can push an idea. And unfortunately, the way I work, it's very, very labor intensive. It's incredible the amount of work that we have to do. And with the 3D machines, I think it's going to just revolutionize the way we make these. And I think another thing that's important, it'll make my stuff more affordable. It's amazing how many people love my furniture, but it's just too expensive. They go, oh, I love it so much, but it just costs too much money. And it would be nice to know that down the road that I can make these things at a better price point for people.
With electronics and sensors inserted during the construction process of 3D wood, we have created the concept of intelligent wood objects. Such intelligent objects can now participate in the Internet of Things.
We live in this beautiful 100-year-old house, which is a joy to live in. The character and the features of it are different, and they're a pleasure. But one of the things that's really frustrating is that the house is not green by any stretch of the imagination. We live in an inefficient house. It makes complete sense that we have windows that are embedded with sensors and motors, and 3D manufacturing can do that effortlessly, so that my thermostat is working with my windows automatically to do my temperature control, rather than me having to bend my back and open and shut every 10 minutes. The other issue, of course, is security. I mean, my parents, who are in their 70s, live next door and have very ugly metal bars around their windows. And I'm reading more and more about 3D manufacturing, which may allow us to actually embed those metal bars within the wood, thereby providing the security, but without the ugly external facade. Very interesting.
One of the things I think is like super interesting about this process of additive manufacturing with wood is not only to be able to use wood, but different kinds of wood. So the idea of layering things, you're able to really decide what's the best material for what part of the structure. I mean, the next incredible thing is it's not even limited to wood. It's the ability to be able to go, you know, slip in a piece of carbon fiber, slip in a piece of Kevlar, maybe a bit of cork for some insulation.
This is the old-fashioned way how we do it. We have to use a larger piece of wood. Look at all the waste we have. Look at all that waste that I can't use. Maybe I could probably use it for some smaller project, but with the 3D machines, I think these components will have no waste. We'll have, or very, very little waste. And I mean, wouldn't it be great? Just components come into the shop and it just goes together like a kit. That would be so much easier. And I think we could produce more. Think how long it takes. It takes me like 2 to 3 weeks to build one piece of furniture. With this, a couple of days.
Products are increasingly accessible, yet in the realm of wood products, they're generally at a scale that's much larger, so shipping is always a concern. That product being broken, the product moving because you're going to a different climate zone, humidity. There's a ton of complication that exists around actually moving wood products across the world. The resources, the wood, the product going in, it becomes more local, even though the designer could be, say, in Vancouver, BC, and the customer could be, say, in China or somewhere on that part of the world in Asia. But you're still making use of local resources at both ends. With the digital world, you're able to make one part one time, tweak that part slightly, make it again another time, and keep tweaking and really have no loss in time or money.
I know that the finished product on the 3D machines are going to be exactly what we ordered. It's going to really push the boundaries, and I want to be part of that.
When I talk to other moms, it seems like we're all having the same problem with buying furniture. I mean, the flat pack stuff is convenient and affordable, but it just doesn't seem to last. The quality's just not there. In my family, we always had solid wood furniture, but I just can't seem to find any that I can afford. I'd like to try custom furniture, but I don't think I can afford designer prices, and I don't want to wait 4 months.
The idea that a user can buy a design and then customize that to their own needs, their own end use, their own style, their own beliefs, etc. But you're starting with a design framework that can be tweaked in many ways without an increased cost. And with all these digital manufacturing technologies that exist, I believe kind of the emergence is this world of mass customization, which I think is an incredibly powerful thing.
Additive manufacturing isn't the way to go just because it's cool. It helps keep millions of tons of carbon out of our atmosphere and plastic out of our oceans. By creating local jobs and using local raw materials, we eliminate our dependence on overseas manufacturing. Our process wastes almost nothing. What was once impossible to produce in the past is now possible using our technology. And we offer unprecedented levels of strength and customizability.